don't know if you noticed that some of the characters there, they have big nose. And the reason is that there are some old, actually they are in museums in Portugal. I think you call Namba? Okay. And made in Japan. And where the way you saw us was big nose. So that's why when they did this movie, they made sure that they had the big noses, because that's how we were perceived. Okay. About the Portuguese, sometimes it's interesting, because there are some things that sometimes we're not so different. People are friendly, sometimes they're a little bit shy and reserved. They are flexible. Respect of age and position, it's still important. We do speak fairly well English, and usually high school kids, they have to learn 2 foreign languages. English for sure, and then the second language, it depends. It might be French, it might be Spanish, it might be German, but they have some choices. Here you have an example of two interesting things. This is most of the architecture of very old buildings, monuments in Portugal. It has to do with the sea. So we have a style, architectural style called Manuelino, which is from the king at the time. And I couldn't show you the detail, but this is in Belém, this is in Lisbon. This is like a monastery, so it's a big monument. But most of the decoration are carved on the stone. Has to do with the sea, either shells or cords or knots or something. Most of the decoration on this building has to do with the sea, and you have many more, because it's a result of the big connection between Portugal and the sea, which was then translated also into architecture. That thing over there, it's kind of sweet. Famous in Portugal. As I'm a local, so I never understand things, but when I see huge lanes in Portugal, in Lisbon these days, of tourists, and it's very good. It's a sweet. It's a custard, and the beauty of the thing is outside. It's a crusty, and they serve in that place, very close to this monument. They serve them warm with a good espresso coffee, which is something also particular, because in terms of consumption per capita or something in the world, you have probably, it's Finland, and then you have Portugal. We have espresso everywhere, and the average quality is quite good. So we really love our espresso. So that's, a lot of people drink too much. I don't know, I would be too nervous if I drank all of those coffees. I'd be like shaking for that. Here, it's because we are a very small country, but when you look at the whole thing, you have totally different landscapes. I'll give you an example. Those are islands. Okay, that's Madeira Island, and this is Azores, and this is a lake on the top of a mountain, and the top of the mountain, this was a volcano. Okay, but these days you have a big lake, and it's called Lagoa Azul, which is Blue Lagoon. That's the name, but it changes color because of the weather. This is also around Lisbon. That's a castle, Castelo da Pena, and it's kind of a crazy monument, because the husband of the queen was German, And as you know, but as you know, but in Bavaria you also have these kinds of castles. And but for us, I think it's crazy for us because it's totally different. It's very beautiful. If you ever go to Portugal, you should pay a visit because it's a very, very beautiful and it has a fantastic view. But for us, it's a little bit different. This is, I was talking about Douro, the port wine region. And as you can see, here you can see the terraces, you see? Those lanes like that, here. And this is mountain. You have, we have not so many mountains, but we have some mountains also. The north part of the country, it's a little bit hilly. We don't have big mountains. And this is the south. The south, it's more flat. And you can go kilometers and kilometers, it's very, very flat. I like it very much, but you have to be careful because the hot summers are a killer. The summers are very, very hot there. Interior. Along the coast it's okay because then you have some breeze. We always have some breeze in Portugal along the coast.